I'll be honest with you guys. VZ wasn't my thing back in school. No offense to any of you who might be professional athletes or just starting out, but VZ was not my thing. Not at all. Didn't really like it that much. Because for starters, well, allow me to explain why I didn't really like it. For starters, there was basketball.
Basketball was usually taught on Tuesdays, whenever it was like 3rd or 4th period before the end. Or was it 5th period? Don't think I remember that detail well. Because, well, we had to dribble. Bouncing a ball up and down just doesn't seem to be something like I could do. Because I kept on dribbling off my shoes most of the time, and I was still pretty terrible in that regard. Usually during the lessons we'd have in phys ed, well, whenever we had basketball at least, we'd either usually be learning techniques or we'd be playing multiple games. Whenever we were split up into teams, we always had to wear these weirdly smelling colored vests whenever we played these games. Most of us were selected randomly, though I do remember it could have easily been different depending on the groups we were in.
Thursdays were a little better, as we usually had gym, if you could call it that.
The first time I got into the whole exercise equipment thing, or the mini gym we had, at first I kind of liked just going out and trying out all the equipment we had because it was so new and, well, it's technology. I kind of like technology. But one other thing I did, especially in my last years when these gym classes were shifted to period 5, or the last period, I was so kind of free or filled up with good energy because it was the last kind of subject before we left, that I kind of acted as this motivator of sorts. I was the kind of person who'd always go around to certain people on the equipment and yell out encouraging words like, "You can do it, man. You can become an adult someday, man," and stuff like that. I mean, it's 5th period. What did you expect? My mouth felt so excited it can't help but spout out all this motivational stuff. And whenever I was on the weights, I always took an opportunity to kinda, do a couple reps and then flex a little. Flex and stretch and all that. You could say that it was a pretty good place.
Fridays, though, that was when things got crazy. Because Friday was football day. And a lot of the kids in my group really liked football. I mean, I don't blame them. Football is a pretty popular sport in most parts of the world. But for me, I never really enjoyed it. Though it could depend.
Whenever we had to go out in football, we always had to wear these shoes with studs, like I got some with metal studs. So while we were out there on the field, on the days with football or rugby, or American football sometimes when we were on the field, I can still remember playing defender all the time. Mostly because as much as I wanted to be a striker, I was just too terrified to get into all the chaos that could occur on the field. Yeah, I'm a bit of a coward for that, so sue me, I say, sue me. If the weather was alright on football, it would be an alright game, but if the weather was too rainy, the teachers wouldn't let us back in, and that's when things got really wet. Like, I can remember one time after a particularly wet game, I had to literally wring out my kit over the sink in my changing room because it was so unbelievably wet.
Trip's alright, but the return journey, at least for guys like me, it's something else. Something transcendent, you could say. So, I've returned home with my family on multiple other transport before, trains and buses and the like. There's just something about traveling home on sunset like that with a clear sky. Not now.
it's normal, pretty normal. Or if it's over, it's a little worse. But when it's sunset and it's clear, that's when things get transcendent. And the skies are pink. Well, not now, but I hope you can visualize it in your head. Because really, there's just something about sunsets, really, you know? Not just the fact that they're romantic, but also because, well, when you're on return journey home, something seems magical. Say, for example, one time I was driving home with my mom along a highway. A little bit like this one. And, well, I guess as I looked out the window one time, I was listening to my favorite tracks like Golden Residence by Bob. When I saw this, I was bumping, you know. I felt like I was ascending really. Genuinely just ascending. Pretty much just going up to heaven. My soul was feeling transcendent. It was gone. Like I just touched the zone and entered into the upper domain. But goddamn, this is a good sunset. Even if it's a little cloudy. Like I always say, clear sky equals clear mind. But still, I can spend hours gushing about how nice it is to drive over the sunset. But I'm sure you guys have other preferences too. So tell me in the comments of this video, how do you like your return trips? I suppose the thing about these kinds of sunsets, in this case, probably not the kind I encountered, but, well, these kinds of sunsets in general. If you look out there, even infrastructure seems to look beautiful, you know, illuminated by the light of the sun. You look out there, you see it, you look at it all, and well, you can't help but smile at it all. I suppose even in sunsets, things can certainly look beautiful. When the sun shines on something, it looks like an utter masterpiece. Even cranes can look beautiful in this kind of weather, or rather in the sun. And I guess sitting up here, you know, revisiting this place, the place that we drove by even now, while I'm 17 and it's nearly the end of my childhood, the death of my childhood, you could say. But regardless, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me in this trilogy of memories, however shitty and short it was. Because sure, it was short, but I had fun, a lot of it. And I hope you guys did too. I really do. I wish all the best for you guys, wherever you may be. Whether you're in your childhoods or your adulthoods, or whether you're in the middle of everything, just passing through, I suppose. I wish you all that happiness, wherever you may be. Happy, sad, angry. I cannot even tell you how
Here's to you, Nicola.
as I said before, you can have these return trips too.